graduation time. Time to make some decisions. Can I afford to continue my education? What are my options? At Brownsville ISD Career and Technical Education.
We are McKenna Memorial, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
For quality care, contact Mesquite Home Health and Attendant Services today.
Santa Maria! Warner. Here comes a headed jam. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another broadcast here on Real Sports Live. We are coming to you tonight from Mission, Texas. We're at Mission High School, and it's time to focus in on the All-Stars as the East and West have converged here in the RGV to play in the annual RGV East-West All-Stars softball game. I'm Joe Bowling. Kevin Naro to my left-hand side. Kevin, it's been a busy year, a momentous year, and in some cases a historical year in the Rio Grande Valley, and a lot of the players that were part of that right here playing in a final game representing the RGV.
Right. We're here at Mission High School at the Iris Iglesias Softball Complex. A lot of familiar names over these last 4 years on both the East and the West. And I was starting with Mickey Castillo, the starting pitcher for the West All-Stars representing Mission veterans. There's plenty of arms in this All-Star heads up down there. That ball almost sailed into the dugout of the East All-Stars. They're the road team.
There is a little different format to this ball game. Again, All-Star games, you can do just pretty much what you want as far as setting it up, and it is structured, but it's a little different than a normal softball game. First thing out of the bat, talking about at-bat, multiple players will be hitting in this game. It won't be your traditional 10 lineup in softball. And so the East has 12 listed. They'll bat 1 through 12 and then move it on. We're going to play an additional inning as well tonight, as they'll get 8 innings, trying to find playing time for some of these players. And we are set to go with the first hitter of the ball game.
All right, folks, here we go.
Karime Martinez will stand in. Listed as playing first base at times tonight for the East. And Karime stands in, batting from the left-hand side, and we're ready to go here for the first pitch of the All-Star game, scheduled to go at 7 o'clock, and we are within range of that as we get set for the first hitter of the day. Batting from the left-hand side, first pitch coming in the evening. After a long look, and here we go, first pitch. Outside for ball one. 1-0 the count. Pitcher today, again, is Castillo. Behind the plate is Alyssa Guzman. We'll get to the rest of the defensive setup for the West All-Stars, which are the visitors. They're out on the home team. They're out on the field right now. Beautiful day. Wind is blowing dead straight out to center field as well. 1-0 the count. The next pitch. Outside ball two.
So we're going to get a lot of this tonight. The travel ball connection. Karime Martinez, part of South Texas Chaos. Mickey Castillo, South Texas Chaos. And the catcher, Alyssa Guzman. And the center fielder, Shelby, also on Chaos. Plenty of girls on Chaos.
2-0 the count. The next pitch coming. Outs away for ball three, a 3-0 count. And Kevin, the first thing on any of these teams you look at, you really don't want to put anybody on base at all with the hitters that's up and down the lineup.
No, and Karime Martinez, she really embraced the leadoff role. Traditionally, she's more of a 2-3 hitter, but she has the prettiest left-handed swing. They call Michael Brantley Dr. Smooth. I kind of gave her that nickname as well. Just a gorgeous left-handed swing.
3-0 pitch is in there for strike one. 3-1 the count.
Yeah, so Mickey, we've seen her a couple times this year start out a little slow, but Mick's that kind of pitcher where as the game goes on, she gets better. And her battery mate, Alyssa Guzman, like I mentioned, they're travel ball teammates, but they're best of friends.
Karime Martinez at the plate, Alexis Thomas, and then Emily Delgado. Anybody gets on this inning, Dakota Martinez. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now a 3-2 count.
Yeah, so Alyssa knows Mick as well as anybody, and right there, Mickey went to that curveball, and she's got an extremely good curveball. Mick does, and this is what she does. She was down early, and now she's come back 3-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Nobody on or out here in the first inning. We're just underway. Bright sunshine out beyond left field. Swing and a miss, strikeout, and the first out of the inning recorded.
Swing and a miss for strike
Just
3.
on that mid-rise there from Mickey, and that's impressive. And you know, you don't want to give her an opportunity to come back like that, or give her a chance to get rolling, because once Mick gets rolling, she can throw it with the best of them.
One away, brings in Alexis Tamez. Tamez listed on the roster we were provided as playing center field to start this ball game for the East All-Stars. East in the red, West in the blue. Nobody on, one down here in the first. Top side of inning number 1 in the first pitch. Strike called. So after missing on our first 3 strikes in a row to record the first out, and now a strike to start it off with Thomas. 0-1 the count. Castillo's ready and spins the next one home. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Left side of the infield, Demarie Trevino at third base, Bella Ramirez at shortstop. Pretty good left side of the infield for the West. You have Reagan Staley over at first. Caitlin Ragsdale at second from McAllen.
0-2 is up and away. A wasted pitch for a ball, 1-2.
Went back to the rise ball, trying to get her to chase. Not a bad waste pitch there.
Tamez trying to get on ahead of Delgado. Martinez was retired to start it. Nothing shaking here in the first inning. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts to start it off.
Swing and a miss. Second batter in the lineup. That's going to bring up number 24.
Brings in Emily Delgado. So Delgado, starting pitcher, now facing Michaeli Castillo. If you're watching our game, thanks for tuning in. We're tonight on Facebook and YouTube. We'll talk about that in a bit as to why we're on that versus the premium channel tonight. But those that are watching, thanks for joining in wherever you may be. First pitch misses for ball 1.
Yeah, Mick went to that screwball there, and this is a good matchup. 3, 4, 5. This middle of the East order has a lot of power, and Emily Delgado representing San Benito.
Pitch misses for ball 2. Dial in that center field camera just a bit better. I think we can do that on the fly here.
Yeah, that was just a little high and in there.
9-3-0 on the leadoff hitter. Came back, struck her out. Followed that with a strikeout against Tamez. Delivers here. That's a strike. 2-1 the count.
Yep. Good curveball there from Mick. You know, what makes her so good is that she can throw those curves for strikes, and she can take a little something off of it, and then she can whip a fastball or a rise ball right behind those off speeds.
Swing and a ground ball into left field. That's a base hit. First hit of the game.
You have a single for.
So Lily Rocha is up next. I had Dakota Martinez originally listed in the original lineup.
Number 15, Lily Rocha.
And Rocha should be playing third base. We'll see where she's at, unless she's a DP, because Karim is also a third baseman, and she was also the leadoff batter. So
1 on, 2 outs here in the first. We're going to have to fix these cameras, I'm telling you now.
Elisa Rubio, the courtesy runner, in at first. Dakota Martinez in the on-deck circle.
1 on, 2 out here in the first. Next pitch coming. Took a ball.
Yeah, that pitch just a little high. So Lily, the lone Lady Cardinal, representing Harlingen here tonight. This is a future McLennan product.
2 balls, no strikes. The pitch is a swing and a grounder to the third. Up and over, low. Nice play at first base for the out.
There's Reagan Staley, representing Pioneer with a stretch.
5-3 on the putout in the inning for the East. No runs, a hit, one left, and we played a half an inning. We head to the bottom of the first. Our score, 0-0. West bats for the first time. We'll be back after this on Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
See art or create it. On South Padre Island, that's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
My son Leo just graduated from high school, but also with his associate degree from Texas Southmost College at no cost at all. Not having that financial burden was so helpful to our family. That's 2 years we did not have to pay for.
All of my TSC credits transferred to UTRGV, and I am so grateful to go into my major debt-free.
Video, that's not helping us. Yeah, just bring it in.
All right, folks, here we go, leading it off.
I need you to call your padrinos and tell them thank you for the salon, the tamales, the dress, el DJ.
Ay, Ama, you called them. I didn't even want a quinceañera in the first place. I would have preferred to have gone to Paris instead.
I will, fine. I'm gonna give you your surprise gift early.
Huh?
Guess what? You're going to Paris.
How?
Well, I've been saving mucho dinero all year in insurance thanks to Pronto Insurance.
Let's just skip the quinceañera and go straight to Paris.
Call your padrinos right now.
Okay.
Ask your agent how you can start.
Been feeling a little stressed lately? Luckily, South Padre Island has Or maybe you'd rather have some aww. Now that you think about it, it's been a long time since you've had a good How will you ever decide? Choosing what to do on South Padre Island? That's as hard as it gets. Visit SoPadre.com.
We live here. We work here. Brownsville, Texas. We're here for you.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Baby, just listen to me.
Escucha.
Do everything with
Prontísimo.
Out of home business or
Flexible.
Insurance for all your
Barato.
needs. You say you just got a new boat. Come on by and we'll give you a free quote.
Prontísimo.
Okay, who's singing near you? Hello?
Accesible.
I'm out.
Pregúntale a tu agente cómo ahorrar con Pronto, porque más barato, nadie. So we've got runners on first and second for the East All-Stars. Now batting is number 5, Lexi Escamilla.
Runner down at second base. Runner at second with one out. There's or no outs. That's a pitch high. 2 on here, first and second. Had some audio issues there. I think that's been corrected.
Lexi Escamilla. Another participant in our showcase, and Lexi, the younger sister to Audrey and Alyssa Escamilla.
There's a bunt down to third and a good one. Throw to first, not in time. Everybody's safe. A walk, a fielder's choice, and now an infield single.
Bases are loaded for the East All-Stars.
For the East, the base is loaded, nobody out.
For the East All-Stars, number 23, Tanya Rodriguez. We have a call timeout for the West.
That timeout will bring a conference out in the circle. We'll take a break. This is Real Sports Live.
Texas Southmost College. You can choose from over 50 associate degree programs, certificates, and workforce training programs. Register now for summer and fall classes and study local at Texas Southmost College.
Today's gonna be a big day on South Padre Island, but what should you do first? A big breakfast with friends sounds pretty good, but you really wanted to paddle out and see the sunrise from the water. Breakfast or boarding, boarding or breakfast? How about boarding, then breakfast? That was easy. Choosing what to do on South Padre Island.
Back here on Real Sports Live from Mission, Texas, we have the bases loaded for the East All-Stars. They trail 2-0, but have a big opportunity here. Top of the second inning with the bases jammed and nobody out. First pitch coming in. High, ball 1. Now, earlier in the game, getting behind in the count wasn't such a big deal. Nowhere to put runners. Each ball magnifies the next delivery to another level. It's 1-0. And here's the next one. Strike called.
Went back to that curveball. There's nobody out. That's a scary thing. Tanya Rodriguez, a corner infielder from Los Fresnos. You know, they were pretty rich, heavy on the offensive side these last couple of years down in Los Fresnos.
Next pitch coming. Strike 2 called.
Good screwball.
1-2. On one hand, you would think bases loaded, nobody out. You're going to get a run, possibly 2 across automatically. Until you look at the pitching.
Yes. Yeah, no, Mickey can get out of it with the best of them, but percentages, likelihood, and the way this lineup's listed.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Stays outside, away for ball 2.
Yeah, sitting back here, you get to see all the spin and the velo on these pitchers, so we got a treat back here.
Bases loaded, nobody out here in the second. The 2-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive into a short right field. That's going to drop into a hit. A run scores. Everyone had to hold up, and it's a 2-1 game.
A run score for the East All-Stars.
Yeah, not a lot you can do there.
Loaded, no outs.
That's just one of those bloop
Coming
singles.
Up for the East All-Stars, number 2, Clarissa Rizzo.
Everyone moves up a base. And in comes Clarissa Rizzo.
And the bases remain loaded.
He's got power. Another good matchup.
Again, we're batting 12 here in this lineup. There's a good bunt.
Force play.
Pitcher at home, out there.
Nice little play between the pitcher and catcher for an out. Bases continue loaded for the East. Now batting for the East All-Stars, number 8, Victoria Lopez.
So Lopez will stand in and hit. Victoria Lopez. Stand again from the left-hand side. Go ahead.
She's from Lyford, and she had a tremendous year for Coach Garza.
Takes that one high for ball 1.
I don't know, though. I don't know if I'm butting Rizzo there. She had such a good year. I was looking at a green light for her.
With nobody out?
With nobody out, but that bunt was directly to the pitcher, not where you want to do it. You want to get it more to down the first base, third base side.
Ball misses low. Evens the count of 1-1. Make it 2-0.
Victoria, like Reagan, we talked about earlier, she had a great year and just kind of got overlooked. She was a part of a very, very young Lyford team down in 3A, and I was talking to Trinity here before the game, and that team's so young, you know, they're just getting started.
Swing and a miss, a late swing, 2-1 to count.
You know, for being so young, Victoria does love her classic rock.
Nothing wrong with that.
She's one of the rare ones. It's in tune with good music.
2 balls and a strike. Bases loaded for the East. The pitch. Away, ball 2.
She's faced Trinity in practice. She's seen hard pitching. So that sun's blaring down, you know, for these left-handed hitters, for the catcher.
Yeah, for left-handed hitters, she is looking straight into the sun when she looks down for any kind of signs coming from third base. Here's the 3-1. That's fouled away in that direction. 3-2 the count.
You know, for the outfielders, the sun is not going to have any kind of effect. It's to the back of the left fielder. I mean, maybe the catcher, when she's trying to stare down into third, that may have the biggest effect. The east side, their dugouts directly into the sun, so that's a little bit of a disadvantage for now, but they're fine.
And it'll be there another 20, 25 minutes. Here's a 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. That's a big one. 2 down.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Out number 2. Bases remain loaded. Coming up to the plate for the East All-Stars, number 17, Sabrina Azua.
Sabrina Alzua from Oferia, Texas. So we had Emmy Ruiz. She got hurt with an injury, so we hopefully she has a quick recovery. She's a junior this year. I talked to her mom, Christina, and they were really fired up. Good curveball.
Little low, ball 1.
Yeah, Emmy went down with an injury. You know, Mick and Alyssa, Shelby, they're all on the Chaos squad. No, ironically enough, that tournament up in Brenham, Chaos and Heat went up there, and you know they go up there to play everybody else but each other, but they wound up playing each other in the championship. Chaos wound up winning via the coin flip.
Now ball back to the screen. Count evens at 1-1.
But yeah, Emmy got hurt, so we're wishing her the best. Hopefully she's back in time to play in this game next year. But
we had her in the showcase
in
ours too.
We did, and well, Sabrina here was able to fill that spot in the outfield for her. So highly regarded in the outfield in 4A. And AJ Hassel is one of our coaches on the Racers. In fact, she's the quote head coach. She'll hurt me if I don't say that. She was running the show yesterday, but whenever you have AJ Hassel and Amber Hassel talking highly about you, that says a lot.
There's a strike call, painting the outside corner.
Yeah, you know, Mickey, like I said, that curveball, it's very good. She can take something off it. She can blow it by you, and
after it was 2-1 and the score, bases loaded, no one out, she has a chance to send her team to the dugout still with the lead. Strike away from getting that accomplished. Here it is. Ground ball up the middle. That's a hit, a big hit. 1 run scores. They'll hold the other runner on a big throw from center field, but we're tied at 2 apiece.
Great piece of hitting.
Bases continue loaded for the East All-Stars.
Just right back up the middle on a 2-strike count. Nothing fancy
Coming up
there.
to bat, number 11, Jay-Z Cáceres.
Nothing fancy there.
So up comes Jay-Z Cáceres. Base is still loaded for the East. Swing and another shot. That's a hit into right center field, and it plugs the gap to the fence. 1 run scores. 2nd run coming in. No throw, 4-2.
3-run double for Cáceres and the East All-Stars.
That emptied the bases, Kevin.
Yep, Piper Cáceres from Weslaco East, future Incarnate Word product. She can swing it with the best of them, and that one split the gap. And
coming up to bat for the East All-Stars, number 20, Karime Martinez.
that's tough. That's tough. You have them down to 1 run, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and some 2-out lightning from the East, and now you got to go back to the top of the order with Karime.
And that's something when you talk about the top of the order. As strike 1 lands in there, you're talking top of the order in the 2nd inning, and you're batting 12.
Yes.
Crooked numbers on the scoreboard, 5 put on here by the East in the 2nd inning with a runner still in scoring position down at 2nd.
Yes, Karime, she's going to get another at-bat here.
Next one to her, swing and a miss, strike 2.
All right, Karime. Mick got you once. That's not in her DNA, Karime, for her to chase stuff like that. Let's see her level 1 out here.
No balls, 2 strikes. Next one coming, high, ball 1.
Yeah.
Big jump off of second base down there, no throw. They got the attention that time, though, of the catcher. Still a 1-2 count. Here it comes. Ball away, 2-2.
That's more like it. she's such a disciplined hitter. I was like, hey, Karime usually does not chase those rise balls. Now they're thinking. They know each other so well. Now she's all right. Let's see if she goes back to that mid-rise.
Stands in, waits, here it comes. Nope. Low, gets away, runner down to 3rd easily. And now a 3-2 count.
It's a big inning for the East. Our bottom half of the order, 7, 8, 9, all coming around to score.
Runner advances.
Well, you know, when they were bunting with nobody out in a 1-run game, you thought, certainly you're not playing because you know it's going to be a limited number of runs scored tonight. So I look back at that, swing away, as you said. Here's the pitch, foul ball. We'll do it again. 3-2 the count.
Yeah, especially with Rizzo at the plate, but fine.
Even looking at a 5-2 ball game, I don't think we're near finishing runs scored just
No,
yet.
We're playing 8 innings, so.
5-2 the score for the East. Huge inning, though. Next pitch coming. Away. That's a walk.
Good take. Good take right there.
Martinez draws a walk. You have runners on 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Coming to the plate for the East All-Stars, number 1, Alexis Ramirez.
And the inning continues. Another conference. They'll talk it over. We may see a pitching change. 5-2 your score. We'll be right back. This is Real Sports Live.
Visit SoPadre.com.
Tengo 100 kilos de ropa, lo que se me antoja, dinero en el banco, sale barato. Es mi corrido humilde, que no se te olvide que me ando ahorrando.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
We are back here, and the West All-Stars met in the circle, talked things over. East All-Stars continue to bat here. And what has been a huge inning here in the second inning. Alexis Tamez is ready. High for ball one. Runners at the corner, first and third. First 5 of the inning reached. 4 of the 5 scored for the East. There's a swing and a late swing, a strike one. And then some big 2-out hitting.
Yep.
Because the West was a strike away from getting out of this and preserving the lead at 2-1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
1-1 the count here on Tamez, batting for the second time in the ball game. Strikeout victim for first time. Swinging on the 1-1 and fouls it out of play.
The big swing, of course, coming from Piper. Sabrina kept the line moving after that strikeout to Victoria, and they flipped that lineup over, and it's first and third.
Here's the 1-2, swinging another foul ball out of play.
All right, folks, if we could please get some help with those foul balls, and we can get them to one of the dugouts, please. Appreciate your cooperation there. Thank you.
So Alexis Ramirez, one of the better outfielders in their district. Both Ed Couch-Elsa and Brownsville veterans, they each won 11 games and then did not qualify for the postseason.
Goes back to your statement about the best district. A little high, runner goes down to second, no throw. Count evens, this game is going on here. Those watching on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a little looper. Right field, second baseman out. Inning comes to an end.
For out number 3.
In the inning for the East, they'll score 5 times. They'll do so on 4 hits.
Score is now East All-Stars 5, West All-Stars 2.
And they batted 10 in the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the second. West has to go back to work. They trail 5-2. This is Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We're San Benito Greyhounds, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
We live here. We work here. We love it here. Look for your motors in Brownsville, Texas. We're here for you.
We'll have a presentation selecting
Back here on the Real Sports Live, we are in Mission, Texas, and the All-Star game continues. They're talking about the announcement after the game, Kevin. Normally, we're looking for our player of the game, which we'll name. But in this case, the coaches are going to be naming a couple of individuals, which we'll be handing checks to.
Right. It's pregame. We were able to get a good, nice snapshot of the East and the West with our friends over at Pronto. And the girls were familiar with it. They've already, we've seen that check before. And some of them have been recipients of it. There's Clarissa Rizzo from Mercedes, and then Miranda Flores from the West. So good deal, and everyone's going to get a piece of the pie. We're going to have those 2 checks handed out along with a player of the game, which will be all three different players. So sun is going down, and that is
I like that.
Oh, amen. I got here at
number 12, Aaron
let's see,
Reina.
4:45.
Yeah.
And, whew, so it certainly feels a lot better than it did about an hour and a half ago. See, yesterday the racers practiced from 5 to 7:30.
First pitch, bottom of the second.
Down at Harlingen. And then the East started practice at 7 for obvious reasons. I was like, oh, this practice feels so much better. I was able to exchange a bucket hat for a normal cap.
1-0, swinging through that. First strike. Change that from 1-0 to now 0-2.
Aaron Reina from PSJ North. A couple of Lady Raiders on the roster for the West.
There's strike 3.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the second.
It's easy money there for Nemo.
Coming up to bat for the West All-Stars, number 25, Caitlin Ragsdale.
One down here in the second. West got that huge explosion in the first inning with a 2-run home run. A no-doubter over the right field fence. That lead didn't last. Here's the pitch in there for a strike call.
Caitlin Ragsdale from McAllen High. They were able to make the playoffs this year.
She's ready. Next one coming at the strike call.
Emily Delgado plans on joining the Navy. And she played for the Flame travel team most of her career, and she's retiring from softball. She's not going to play anywhere else.
She'll be busy with a career.
Yep. Salute to her, right?
Absolutely. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count as that one got a groan across the crowd here.
I seen Nemo running around since she was yay big because her old brother here, Raymond, sitting here to our right.
Ball misses. Go ahead.
He was one of the managers for San Benito. He's on the softball team. He always kept me company in the dugouts when I was clipboard and the camera.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
There's a bullpen out there, some bullpen action.
There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks here in the second. 2 down.
Now number 2 here in the bottom of the second. Coming up to bat for the West All-Stars, number 3, Damari Trevino.
From Roma High School, Lady Gladiators. They too also made the playoffs. They had a great year, and that district out west was a little overlooked.
Damari Trevino at the plate. First pitch. Ball 1.
Considering we have 3 5As in that district out west with Mission Veterans, Roma, Rio Grande City, Palmview. A couple of those girls aren't here because they're still underclassmen. They'll be here eventually.
That's high. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. An 8-inning scheduled game here.
Josmari Ortiz, one of the pitchers from Roma, just, it gets lost in the shuffle with the Arlettes of the world, the Yadi Alanises, the Mickey Castillos, the Denzi Signs.
That's a strike call.
Point being that the pitching out west this year was really, really good, but I don't know, it's just Roma, Rio Grande City just kind of gets lost in the mix. It's out west. But they certainly had a good year this year in softball.
Next one coming. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. We'll check that. They haven't changed the scoreboard. 2 strikes.
You know, but it was I'm not going to lie. It was disappointing. They did get swept. I say they had a good year. They did in the regular season. Then came the postseason, and we got swept by that 29-5A district out of Corpus. The Flower Bluffs, CC Veterans, the Carrolls of the world.
That's high and away. Ball 3.
Palmview.
Have a full count, 2 outs.
I really felt that, one of our teams in that 35A was going to steal one. We're experimenting with a new switcher, so bear with us.
It's not working real well. There's a strikeout.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. And out number 3 of the
Inning comes to an end. We'll fix this video back after this.
The East All-Stars lead the West.
And I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
Date night on South Padre Island? No problem. You could hit the town and dance the night away. Or maybe you'd prefer some fun and games, like being a kid again. Party like a grown-up? Or a throwback to the good old days? Tough call. Luckily, either decision will be the right one. Choosing what to do on South Padre Island? That's as hard as it gets. Visit SoPadre.com.
Baby, just listen to me.
Escucha.
Do everything with
Prontísimo.
Out of home business sorry.
Flexible.
Insurance for all your
Barato.
needs. You say you just got a new boat. Come on by and we'll give you a free quote.
Prontísimo.
Okay, who's singing near you? Hello?
Accesible.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
My son Leo just graduated from high school, but also with his associate degree from Texas Southmost College at no cost at all. Not having that financial burden was so helpful to our family. That's 2 years we did not have to pay for.
All of my TSC credits transferred to you.
Welcome back.
Back here as we go into the bottom of the, check that top of the 3rd inning. First hitter up from the left-hand side. Take strike 1. Away we go. All right, we got 4 cameras. There's 1. Pitcher camera. That's in good shape. A little dark. 2 we won't talk about. There's Bert Ruiz out there in center field, operating well. We'll be using Bert a bunch. 0-1 pitch coming in here. Strike called. How about camera 4? Rudy Zamaripa Jr. on the handheld, doing fine.
So do you want the Rudy story first or the Elisa Rubio story first?
Let's talk about 2. Camera 2, not going to work in center field. All right, let's go back.
So the Rudy camera first, the Rudy story first. So I laid down about 11 o'clock and...
Check swing, ground ball of the pitcher, low throw, but out. Go ahead.
We'll catch Elisa on her second at-bat. Couldn't fall asleep, tossing and turning.
That's gonna bring to the
I usually do that before we have something like this. And I said, we're going to have so many cameras. And I said, what if we get a wireless camera? And we have, I go, either Rudy or Bert just walk around in the dugout, walk around when they're exchanging pitchers. I'm like, it's an all-star game. We can do that. I said, that would look really, really cool. So I was like, hey, Rudy, what do you think about this morning? He said, that's actually not a bad idea.
There's a swing and a little fly ball in the short left. Center Shortstop makes the catch for the out.
Good hustle by the
Bella
shortstop.
Ramirez, man,
Out number 2.
she has so much range
West All-Stars.
where she plays
bring to the plate
shortstop,
number
but
24,
basically the entire left side of the
Emily
infield is
Delgado.
hers. And when you have Kahari Lopez playing third, who's normally a shortstop, I mean, that's a ridiculous left side of the infield right there. but Bella, man, she can get up and go at shortstop.
One down here, or make it 2 down in the inning. That's up for a ball. Go ahead and finish your Rudy story.
Yeah, so I said, hey, wouldn't that be a good idea? And see, so he's down there in the dugouts. I said, why haven't we done that before? And then it's like when they hit a home run, you can follow her down the third base line the way you see it in the Major League games. So it's a good little test run. But no, that thought, point of the story, that thought came to me at 2 a.m. this morning.
There's a strike called. Well, about 2 hours and 40 minutes later at 4:45.
I was knocked out by then.
I wake up thinking about the next idea with the cards for the showcase and the autograph set.
Yeah, so.
And so we'll get into that later in the broadcast. There's a line drive, one hop, caught at shortstop.
Line drive
About
to the shortstop
6
for
inches
out
off
number 3.
the turf.
That concludes the top
Inning
of the third
over.
inning. Score remains unchanged.
Bella says, look what I found. Nemo hit that one
by a score of 5-2.
on a dime.
We'll be back with more after this, after Real Sports Live.
Going to my major debt-free.
We live here. We work here. We love it here. Look for your motors in Brownsville, Texas. We're here for you.
Sail the seas or see the sails. On South Padre Island, that's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
Ibanez Tortilleria, serving up freshly made in-house corn and flour tortillas since 1994. Try delicious menudo, tasty barbacoa, fresh tamales, tacos, pareadas with juicy grilled chicken, and tender fajitas. On Mondays, buy one barbacoa, one free if you mention that you're a Bloodhound fan. Located at 4726 Paredes Line Road, Brownsville, Texas. Open every day at 6:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. To order, contact 9.
Welcome back here on Real Sports Live. We are messing with cameras. Here's the first pitch. Strike call, and away we go. We need that bird camera to work, folks. We'll get it there somehow.
Yeah, and see, the plan A was we were going to be out there in center field with our table, but there was no power for us out there. Otherwise, we would have just plugged that Burt camera directly into our feed because there's no power out there.
This is all video switcher, my friends. This has nothing to do with which camera it is. This is all 4 cameras now saying, I don't like it. About to power this off.
here. We work here. We love it here. Look for your motors in Brownsville, Texas. We're here for you.
We are Mexico East, and we're watching Real Sports Live. East side, strong side.
When you study local at Texas Southmost College, you can choose from over 50 associate degree programs, certificates, and workforce training programs. Register now for summer and fall classes and study local at Texas Southmost College.
We're La Vida, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Go Cardinals!
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Hello from Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated Texas Education Agency district. A stands for Academic Excellence at Los Fresnos CISD, where pathways to secondary success are being built for students at the brand new Resaca Middle School campus. A stands for Academic Advancement at Los Fresnos High School, where the College Center provides a jump start on college and career readiness that includes advanced placement classes, dual enrollment options, CTE opportunities, and scholarship money. Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated and 7-time post-secondary readiness distinction district.
sequence of
Welcome back to our audio issues. Turn it down a little bit
last
there.
hitter got a nice hit, nice play, or almost playing second. Good softball happening right now.
2 on now for the East.
Courtesy runner for the pitcher.
We are
coming in at first base, number 3, Elisa Rubio.
back here with you. Admission at a 5-2
Now
ball
batting
game.
for the East All-Stars, number 5, Lexi Escamilla.
Escamilla stands in. Again, the East has proven they can score some runs with with 2 outs. There's a strike called. And the 0-1. Swinging a line drive. That is to the shortstop. No play. Bases loaded.
It's an infield single.
Bases loaded for the East All-Stars. Coming up to bat, number 23, Tanya Rodriguez.
And again, all with 2 outs.
All this with 2 outs. What looked like a relatively easy inning in a 5-2 game here suddenly is opportunity knocking. I've said it a couple times here. They have shown they can score with 2 outs. They got some big 2-out hits in that 5-run inning back in the second. There's a ground ball chopped. Play it home out there, and that will end the inning.
Careful, careful, careful. They're at the plate.
They almost turned an ankle. I saw
Yeah.
that. In the inning, no runs. Base runners galore for the East, but the score stays the same. 5-2. We'll check our audio, check our video, and we'll be right back after this on Real Sports Live.
At Harlingen CISD, college, career, community ready is more than just a saying. We've created 12 academies to provide students with access to fields of study that best fit their interests and passions. Within the 12 academies, there are 42 certifications that will aid students in getting a head start on a career upon graduation. Become HCISD proud and enroll today.
Graduation time. Time to make some decisions. What's next? Can I afford to continue my education? What are my options? At Brownsville ISD Career and Technical Education, you can graduate from high school with a certificate and or license ready to go to work, debt-free. We have a wide range of programs for every student ranging from audiovisual, law enforcement, STEM robotics, electrical, welding, pharmacy, patient care tech, and many more to choose from. That's why Brownsville ISD is the best choice.
We are McAllen Memorial, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
All right, folks, here we go.
We are back here as we are getting set for the bottom of the 4th inning. And wow, I'll say this for the speakers here at Mission for the PA, they are operational fully.
Yeah, my buddy Isaac Guerrero on the PA, a longtime friend of mine. His son was Jake Guerrero. You remember him? Mm-hmm. The only player to almost knock you out on a sideline. So Isaac called me earlier on the way in. He's like, "Hey, Kev, you guys said we're gonna be down there." He goes, "Well, I'm gonna be running the PA. So anything you guys need?" I said, "Well, we're heading down that way." And then I hear someone talking like this in the background. "Go Rangers!" And I was like, "That's got to be David Gilpin."
I pop up. I saw Letty. That's out one.
Infield fly to the shortstop for out number 1.
I didn't get a chance to see David Gilpin.
Yeah. Once I heard that voice like that. I knew.
Can't
Now
miss
batting
it.
for the West All-Stars, number 1,
He goes-
Kelani Sky.
He goes, Coach Gilpin just wanted to let us know, go Rangers. It's like, I was like, save it. We're in.
Hang
It's
in
like,
there,
save
Ranger.
it.
I say this to all the Ranger fans. Keep cheering while you can. There's a swing and a miss. Let's see if this center field camera is behaving now. Look at that. Hold your breath. Next one coming. High for a ball.
So new pitcher in the game, Zel Camacho from Mercedes. Now outside of that 2-run shot from Nemo, she struck out 9 and whipped 6 straight.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside for a ball.
Ramos, top of the order.
Here comes the 2-1. Swing and a foul ball. Evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is more what a 4-camera should look like.
How about the pinch you? You keep jinxing it.
2 the count. Nobody on, 1 out.
Just note to self, we know what to, we're prepared for next week when we go to Raymondville.
Little high, ball 3.
Oh, ayo. That was a good pitch, man. It's still only a 3-run game. It feels like it's a 6-7-run lead, but bloop and a blast here with 1 out. Staley in the on-deck circle, but
Swing and a foul ball right back here behind us.
but that was the depth is the advantage that the East had when it came to pitching. And they still have Alexis Tamez in their back pocket.
3-2 still the count. Next one coming. Strike 3 called, struck her out. Two down in the inning.
Coming up to bat for the West All-Stars, number 55, Reagan Staley.
Again, 5 runs in the second inning, and that has held.
Yep.
5-2 ball game. First one coming here. Swing and a high fly ball. Left center field. Shortstop comes out. How about some range there? Inning over.
She's an Escamilla. Enough said. She's an Escamilla.
No runs, no hits, no errors, no walks, nobody left. Let's head to the 5th of 8. Our score 5-2. East leads the West. Back after this on Real Sports Live. Contact Mesquite Home Health and Attendant Services today. In Brownsville at 594 Jose Marti Boulevard. Call today, 956-361-5558.
We here at Mesquite want to wish all local athletes good luck in today's game.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito. Back here in Mission, Texas, I'm Joe Bowling. That's Kevin Naro. There's your Rudy Cam. Always like to see what he's on. This time getting a little different angle of infield practice. All-Star Game 2023.
There's Emmy Ruiz. Hopefully she's okay. Oh, the whole South gang is here. Lexi.
Yeah, Bert rode out with me, and I was asking him about her, and he's like, her dad still thinks, I don't know, maybe.
No.
Like she's not going to play in our showcase.
No.
We hope she's ready to go next year.
No. Well, Yezi Perez, she's a part of the flock. She too had an ankle injury, and she would have been in our showcase, but still not 100% healthy. But Lexi Sandoval she's here too. Joey Rios came by earlier, so yeah, I hate to see those injuries, and it stinks. And I'm really, really hoping that she's healthy enough to be ready for next year for her senior year.
We're ready to go here in the 5th.
All right, folks, here we go. Top of the 5th inning.
And away we go, top side of inning 5.
East All-Stars, number 2, Clarissa Rizzo.
Rizzo with 1 Z.
Back in the circle for her second inning of work. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I need to shut up. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The ball high. First game we've done together in a year and a half.
Yeah. I
talk too much.
I've always spelled her name with 2 Z's, and I just now, 4 years later, gotten it as 1 Z. She's a heck of a player, man. Miss Rizzo.
Ball high, 2-0.
Yesterday at a racers practice, she was playing second base, and some of the younger girls were like, "Who's that at second? Who's that?" I said, "Oh, Clarissa Rizzo." I was like, "She's pretty good, huh?" They're like, "Yeah, she's really good." I said, "Wait do you see her pitch?" Both her and Zell this year. They were big for Mercedes.
2-0 pitch. High. Ball 3.
You know, and you look at Mercedes, really over the last 10 years, with Steph Flores, with Delilah Barrera, who's coaching in this game, Mika Vento.
There's a strike call.
Cassidy, Rodriguez, and now Zell, and Rizzo. I mean, they've been blessed over these last 10 years to just have a stable of arms.
3 balls, 1 strike. High, ball 4, and a walk.
A couple of who's are coaching in this game. Of course, Delilah Barrera won at it was Temple.
It's going to bring to the plate number 8.
She won a national championship at the junior college level. Played at Texas State as well. One of the better pitchers we've seen. And then Roxy Chapa, one of the better hitters we've seen. Sherryland Lohr, and went on to do some really good things at A&M Kingsville. She's here. Class of 2015.
Pitch there is bunted, but it's a foul ball.
Pudge was a class of 2016, played for the great Betty Morale, which this softball complex is named after Iris Iglesias, who is on my personal Mount Rushmore of softball coaches. This weekend, Elias Martinez will be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Deservedly so, Kevin.
643 wins later, 3 state appearances. Yes.
Swinging a foul ball. Runner goes down to second, safe there.
Someone hasn't been on turf in a while. that was a rough slide there from Clarice Help. I'm glad she's okay. You know, she's so selfless, Rizzo. Yesterday at East practice, Alexis Ramirez, when they said who wants jersey number 1, both Rizzo and Ramirez both raised their hand like at the same time, and Rizzo just said, "Just let her have 1. I'll take 2. Let her have it. It's all good." Those are the players you want, the selfless ones.
Well, what I like about that is that here's the 0-2.
I know where you're going with this one.
Yep. Only number 1 on each team. 1 number 1 wearing.
Yeah.
And straight down the line.
Yeah. You know what? I think this is the first. You know what? Looking at the East and the West, I think this is the first All-Star game we do together where everyone has 1 number. There's no double numbers.
1-2 pitch. Swinging a miss. Struck her out for the first out of the inning.
Lopez goes down swinging for out number 1. It's going to bring to the plate number 13, Ambrosia Peña.
The mindset is let them have 1 more chance to wear their number. I get that in these coaches' all-star games.
Yeah.
There's a strike call, but
definitely.
Then there's the announcing side.
I mean, unless you're a nerd like me and you just know who they are without.
Well, it's easier on softball because you can see them, every one. Recognize
That's true.
faces.
Well, football, yeah.
Put a football helmet on, then you're first
That's
trying
true.
to identify helmets. There's a strike call, 0-2.
And for my awkward self, it's a distinct red and blue, so there's no funny business. There isn't. And see, Coach Lentz knows me well enough to where she was walking me through Aubrey's colors, and then she was walking me through Liberty's colors.
Swing and a miss, another strikeout.
Good spin there from Reagan. She already knows me. Like, Aubrey's this color and that color.
Kevin sees the world in a very short span of a rainbow.
You could just say I'm colorblind. It's cool. I'm public about that. No secret.
Here's the first one in. Swing and a miss.
Currently at the plate for the East All-Stars, number 22, Selena Marchan.
Selena Marchan at the plate.
Port Isabel High School, younger sister of Gabby. You covered quite well. Multi-sport athlete, her older sister.
Takes the ball high. Runner down to second base. 2 outs here in the 5th. Top side of inning number 5. West scored 2 in the first, and that's been it so far. East scored 5. Answering that, all in the top of the second. Here's the 1-1. Foul ball. What we have seen the East do is orchestrate some good hitting after getting behind with 2 outs in innings, including that 5-in running. 5-run inning, and then last inning they loaded the bases after 2 were out. Couldn't get that one big hit.
And it's tough when Mickey had him with 2 strikes and 2 outs. But that's just a testament to how deep this lineup is.
1-2, grounded to short. Had to wait for the runner, throw across wide, out on the tag.
Ooh,
They call her safe. They call her safe.
Ooh. I looked like she tagged her. Well, let's see. All right, X-Man, this is why they pay you the big bucks. Andy Garcia. Our Andy Garcia, our PA, that's his dad. Most notably known as X-Man.
Andy will be with the mic in hand for our showcase next week.
Shouldn't take this long, fellas.
If it's an out, inning over. If it's safe, inning continues. Runners now at first and third.
I thought she looked like she got a tag from over here.
Did we get that on the replay?
Safe call at first base. Runners currently at first and third for the East All-Stars. Coming up to bat, number 17.
This will be the instant replay brought to you by South Padre Island.
If I clicked it in time. She looks
really
safe.
See the tag.
Yeah, she's safe. We'll call her safe.
Swung her glove around, but no contact. First and third, 2 outs. East continues to hit. And the pitch. Foul ball. West would probably give up that stolen base down at second base.
Right, yeah, 100%. Sabrina's at the plate.
Base runner down there. Ooh. Swinging a ground ball, 1 hop, second, over to first, and that records the side.
That's easy. It's easy pickings right there. But that
4-3 put out for
in the inning, no runs, couple of base runners. We head to the bottom of the 5th. West trails by 3. This is Rio Sports Live.
Remind you about
See art or create it. On South Padre Island, That's as hard as it gets. Visit SoPadre.com.
My son Leo just graduated from high school, but also with his associate degree from Texas Southmost College at no cost at all. Not having that financial burden was so helpful to our family. That's 2 years we did not have to pay for.
All of my TSC credits transferred to UTRGV, and I am so grateful to go into my major debt-free.
Hija, tomorrow's your quinceañera. I need you to call your padrinos and tell them thank you for the salon, the tamales, the dress, el DJ.
Ay, Ama, you called them. I didn't even want a quinceañera in the first place. I would have preferred to have gone to Paris instead.
I will, fine. I'm gonna give you your surprise gift early.
Huh?
Guess what? You're going to Paris.
How?
Well, I've been saving mucho dinero all year in insurance thanks to Pronto Insurance.
Let's just get the quinceañera and go straight to Paris.
Call your padrinos right now.
Okay.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
Been feeling a little stressed lately? Luckily, South Padre Island has plenty of or maybe you'd rather have some aww.
We are back here from Mission, Texas. I'm Joe Bowling. That's Kevin Naro. To my left-hand side, TSC, one of our sponsors here on Real Sports Live. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be. If you're watching on our Facebook, like, share, follow. Ball one, and away we go to start this bottom of the fifth. It's a 5-2 ball game with the East leading, West hitting. Jammer Ruiz on concession duties coming through. There's the ball outside, 1-1 to count. If you're just joining us, a 2-run home run by the West in the first inning, answered by 5 runs in the top of the second by the East. That's it for the scoring. There's been base runners, but no big hit delivered for a while, as the pitchers have kind of said, it's our showcase too. There's a foul ball back to the screen. Count goes to 1-2, including 9 strikeouts.
From Emily, yeah, she settled down after that 2-run first inning, that 2-run home run to Reagan. Nemo settled in and whiffed 6 straight. It's like, woof. Oh, and then they're going to hand the ball off to Zell. So it's a very, very good 1-2 punch. You could have started Zell and gone to Nemo. I mean, either way, it's a pick your poison.
1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul ball on the right side.
Alyssa Guzman, she's going to be playing at Texas College. She's they describe her as she's the Maldi to the pitching staff. Astro fans will get that reference. She's the brains behind the plate. She's had a really good career for Mission veterans, and you know, the cherry on top for her was that when Mickey transferred to Mission Vets.
1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul ball. That's out of reach.
Alyssa is one of our catchers. In fact, she is on the Racers. Zelly is going to be in the home run derby, and she is on the Lightning.
By the way, it's going to be a busy week next week for Real Sports Live. Yes, our showcase will occupy 3 days. But let's roll down, Kevin. What's on the airways? For those wondering, hey, it's June. Are you guys taking a break like everyone else?
No. Not
7-on-7 football, check the box.
Yep.
Volleyball, check the box.
Yep.
Baseball, check the box.
It's next week.
And then softball, 3 days nonstop, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 2-2 pitch. High foul ball out of play.
Well, you look at it, we have the showcase 3 days, but it's important for us to pay these teams a visit.
Plus the
coverage that comes behind it.
Behind the coverage, yeah. So your social media coverage includes all of that.
Which is cool because we're when I'm introducing these coaches with little simple interviews, your name, where you're from, what's your major, and what's one fun fact about you.
High pop-up. That should be the first out of the inning. It is. Go ahead.
The fun fact has been the fun part of these interviews, because little did people know AJ Hassel is an all-state when she plays the cello. It's like, what? It's like, out of all the fun facts, that's your fun fact. Yes, and if you know AJ Hassel, she's got a great sense of humor.
All right, coming up to bat for the West All-Star,
Monet
23, Marisa
squatting, like, I
Camacho.
don't know, like 280, 300, she was saying yesterday. She's like, oh, yeah, I squat 300. Like, what? So the girls are certainly getting a lot out of these coaches.
Swing and a miss, strike one. Yeah, it's a true testament to what you put together for this softball showcase for us. The fact that the coaches up and down the line are, in some cases, major icons that have been here through the programs, names known, and then coming back to say, I want to help this next group coming through, because our showcase, again, is not just seniors. It's players you're going to see next year and the next and the next in some cases.
Yep.
And these girls are coming back from college, coming into town, and then setting up practices.
Yes, they've done a really good job on that.
Ball high. And then in one case, practice isn't enough.
No,
We want to play a game.
Nope, that's AJ. AJ Haas was like, is it against the rules to have a scrimmage? I'm like, by no means it is not against the rules. I'm like, you do exactly what you see fit. So what does AJ go out and do? 5 to 7:30 yesterday at Harlingen High. Woo!
1-2 low ball.
And then, the cool thing is, like, Jules Garcia, she's at Islanders. She was a part of the showcase. Maddie Flores' team, the Barracudas, Hannah Griffith was on our team last year with the Breeze. Aviana Gonzalez was on Cal Allen a couple years ago with Maddie.
There's a foul ball.
So the cool thing, yesterday with the Racers, I was able to look at these underclassmen in the eye and say, these are college players, and you're going to see more of them. I go, so network, mingle, talk, get to know them. They're going to get to know you. Gilbert called me yesterday that the Olu coaches, they're going to come down and stay for the weekend with us, the head coach and the assistant. So I said, get me their names. They're on a pass list, and whatever they need, we're going to help them out.
There's a strikeout. Oh, obviously we'll have them on the air with us.
Yeah.
For strike 3.
So it's a tremendous opportunity. A lot of these girls are signed.
Michaela Castillo.
Mickey's already signed to go play in Colorado. But for the seniors that haven't been signed, you just never know. And then for the younger girls, they get to meet these different players. So.
2 down, first pitch, strike called.
So Mickey, she also played volleyball, and her sophomore year got cut short with an ACL injury, and not only did they miss her in volleyball, but Mission still managed to make the playoffs that year. They squeaked in 31-6A when Vela was still in that district, and on the hands.
Ground ball off the pitcher, out at first.
Easy play there.
Just in time for that put out, first base.
Finish the Mickey story when we come back.
Inning comes to an end. Heading to the 6th. Back after this.
It's been a long time since you've had a good. How will you ever decide? Choosing what to do on South Padre Island? That's as hard as it gets. Visit SoPadre.com.
We live here. We work here. We love it here. Look for your motors in Brownsville, Texas. We're here for you.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Back here, you see the backdrop. That's one of our angles coming in from center field here at Mission, Texas, at the All-Star Game, 2023 version of the Coaches All-Star Game in the RGV. I'm Joe Bowling with Kevin Narl. 5-2 score. Kevin, I said it after the 5 runs were scored. I don't think that's any chance that's the last runs we'll see scored. And now 6 zeros after that.
Yeah.
Make it 7-0 since then.
Yeah, the pitching certainly has settled in. Nemo was lights out, and then they hand off the ball to Zelli, and then Reagan comes in, works her way out of some trouble. So the pitching certainly has stepped up. But, I mean, the East, at any moment, we've seen that they were able to get those 5 runs when they loaded the bases. They loaded the bases again, and Reagan was able to get out of the jam. So, you know, looking back at the MVPs in the past, a lot of big names. Look back to 2008, Anissa Romo. Now she's Rios from Lyford. That's Coach Joey Rios' wife. Melissa Rodriguez from La Jolla back in 2007. Roxy Rodriguez, who's coaching now, was the MVP on the West. My girl, Ileana Hinojosa, 2010, she graduated with us. She was the MVP. See, we weren't very good our senior year, so we would play our games, whatever, okay, and then we'd go right next door to the softball games, and we'd watch Ileana pitch. That was the fun part of our spring. We'd go sit and watch Ileana pitch. Never mind us, we're terrible. Yeah, Ileana was a heck of a player, and then Clarissa Garcia followed that year after. Charlize Alejandro from Harlingen South. Steph Flores, 2012 from Mercedes. She's one of those big-time pitchers from Mercedes. And then 2013, Sammy Arciba, who she's coaching now at Econ from Edinburgh. My cousin, Sandy Guerrero, she was an MVP from the East in 2013. Roxy Chapa was the MVP in 2015. She's coaching here. A lot of really good names on this list.
2 balls, no strikes. Leadoff hitter here in the 6th. That's a ball low. 3-0. We're in the 6th. We'll go 8.
We're going to go 8. Yeah, that's what Lupe Salinas told me. Now, he called me this morning like at 8:30 in the morning. And he's like, hey, Kevin. He's like, you guys going to be out there? I said, yes. I said, we'll see you in a few hours. But we're playing 8. I'm like, if we're playing 8, Lupe, like, we may as well play 9. Right?
Yep.
We may as well play 9. Cassie Valdez in 2018, she was an MVP. You know, she just wrapped up her career at Olu, and she had a heck of a career. She at the plate, in the circle. Mian Zaldua from Veterans the year after. Natalie Rodriguez, she's playing up at A&M Kingsville.
3-0 the count, and the pitch coming. That's ball 4. 4 straight out of the strike zone, and a leadoff walk for the East.
Garcia draws a walk for the East All-Star team. Bring to the plate,
Garcia aboard.
Adamari Perales.
And Perales will step in.
Adamari, great kid. Great kid is Adamari. I'm going to miss her.
Takes a strike.
She doesn't say a whole lot, but she can play here, she can play there. She's just a softball player.
That's her there on your screen. That's a ball low. One ball, 1 strike.
Katia Cantu, the new pitcher in from Nikki Rowe.
There you go. That's low for a ball. Runner did not break off first.
Piper's in the on-deck circle, and potential early candidate for our player of the game. Keyword potential.
2-1 pitch, headed home. Low, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike.
Gone through with some command issues early.
Now, when the East scored their 5 runs, that was all in the second inning. They did load the bases to start it off. Got going and then got the big hits late. There's ball 4. First 2 have walked.
See how Paul, there you go. I was going to wonder if Paul Cruz was going to call a timeout. So Paul Cruz too, you know, we talk about the Mount Rushmores, the people who helped start softball here in the Valley, and Paul Cruz is one of them. This is his 17th year coaching the All-Star game.
Made a short visit.
So 1993 was the first year that softball became a sport in Texas. This year they're contemplating bringing in male volleyball and table tennis as a sanctioned sport. I don't know how I feel about guy volleyball, but table tennis?
Sanctioned sport. Water polo is going to be sanctioned this year.
It already is. This was the first year.
Yep.
Now, for some reason, you pegged me as a guy who would be like the beat writer for table tennis.
I loved it too. You know, Dahlia's brother
I was terrible
was
at
in
it.
the service, and he was telling me, and she was telling me too, he got paid to go travel the world and play table tennis.
Like Forrest Gump?
Yes.
Kind of like
for
Forrest
the Air
Gump.
Force. I was like, are you serious? She's like, yep, that's what his job was. His second year in, he stayed
Now
there
batting
for
for
2
the
years.
East All-Stars, number 11, JC.
Well, he's probably made more money than both of us.
And then he got
so.
out, and I was like, well, if your MOS is there's a ground ball to short, off the shortstop, everybody's safe, and there's going to be a run scored. Play at third, out there, down to second, safe there.
Well, there's a run back.
Okay. After everything's said and done, East All-Stars score a run. It's an out at third base, safe at second.
That makes it 6-2.
East All-Stars sent to the plate, number 16, Brianna Garcia.
Yeah, I told her brother, I was like, if I'm getting paid to play table tennis, I'm a lifer.
Yeah.
I'll stay in the service for 3 years to close out my MOS, and then I'll re-up and re-up and re-up. As long as you're going to tell me travel the world and play table tennis. Yeah, Forrest Gump.
Yeah, well, you know, now that I think about it, I made fun of it at first, but that doesn't sound too bad. So I'm saying that he's probably made more money than us.
Oh, yeah.
Playing table tennis, so it's like, you know what? Good for you, bro.
0-1, pulls the string on that. Hitter holds up. It's a 1-1 count. I don't think we'll have any broadcast on Monday. But after that, we gear up next week.
Yeah, the
swing and a miss. Throw down to third.
Got her.
Out at third base. Perfect
What a
throw.
by that catcher for that. Put out at third base.
There she
Out
is.
number 2.
Alyssa Guzman. Tell you, man, kid's good.
Had to handle a pitch away. In one motion, backhanded, exchange, and whistle to throw right on the dot.
You know, Alyssa didn't show any emotion there. Usually she's the loudest kid in the room, usually.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. And that ends it. Now there's some
Swing
emotion.
and a miss for strike 3.
That's Reagan Staley.
And out number 3.
For the West All-Stars.
Reagan Staley's full of energy and emotion. That's just how she plays ball. Nothing wrong with it.
East scores a run. They add on to their lead. It's now a 4-run lead. 6-2 your score. Bottom of the 6th after this on Rio Sports Live.
Baby, just listen to me.
Escucha.
Do everything with
Prontísimo.
Out of home business or
Flexible.
Insurance for all your
Barato.
needs. You say you just got a new boat. Come on by and we'll give you a free quote.
Prontísimo.
Okay, who's singing? Muriel. Hello?
Accesible.
I'm out.
Pregúntale a tu agente cómo ahorrar con Pronto, porque más barato, nadie.
When you study local at Texas Southmost College, you can choose from over 50 associate degree programs, certificates, and workforce training programs. Register now for summer and fall classes and study local at Texas Southmost College.
Today's gonna be a big day on South Padre Island, but what should you do first? A big breakfast with friends sounds pretty good, but you really wanted to paddle out and see the sunrise from the water. Breakfast or boarding, boarding or breakfast? How about boarding, then breakfast? That was easy. Choosing what to do on South Padre Island. That's as hard as it gets. Visit SoPadre.com.
Back here in Mission on a beautiful evening. Now, after the sun's gone down, a little breeze. 6-2 game, bottom of the 6th inning. Welcome to the RGV Coaches All-Star East-West All-Star game on the softball side. 17th annual. I'm Joe Bowling, Kevin Naro.
West All-Stars, number 79, Alondra Rodriguez.
And away we go. West needs to go to work. They trail by 4. First pitch. Ball 1.
Alondra Rodriguez from Sherland Pioneer. Pretty darn good hitter, if you ask me. She has that unique number 79.
Swing and a foul ball. That's out of reach, out of play. Count goes 0-2. Man, these West hitters have been like, blink of an eye, you're down 0-2, just about hitter after hitter after hitter. There is activity in both bullpens right now, the East and the West. Nobody on or out here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. Or is it? Nope.
1-2.
1-2. They had a.
I had it
I
at
was
1.
reading the scorebook.
I had it at 1-1. I had it right. I should have gone. I had it right on here.
Should have glanced at yours instead of the score
Yeah,
clock.
I looked. I swapped it when I looked up at the scoreboard.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Foul ball. We'll do it again. Jammer Ruiz with a camera in his hand. You'll see some photos from this activities.
With his brand new lens too.
He was bragging about that. I found it enjoyable. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. There's the strikeout.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. And out number 1.
Bert and I were talking about his first broadcast on Rio Sports. Bert was one of the first guys to come on board.
Now batting for the West All-Stars, number 7, Shelby Celedon.
He certainly stuck with it longer than any. Other than Emilio, who I guess is in the background now, because Emilio was first, then came Billy, then came Bert. But by the time Bert got here, we had what I like to call just a cavalcade of star personalities from the RGV that were helping doing games. From John Cannon to Doug Robinson. But Bert's initial game was with me at a playoff game at Brownsville Veterans. But it was just shadowing Billy, because he was sent from there to a baseball playoff game in Los Fresnos with the one and only Donut Salinas. And Bert was the first to say, I'm going to get on a dugout anywhere I can. And he climbed up on that dugout over there, and they're like, are you sure? And he got up there, and Donut walked over to him. And as the 2-0 pitch comes in, swing and a miss, strike 1. And Donut's like, now listen, Bert, these foul balls are going to come at you really fast. And Bert's like, I didn't even know what he was talking about. He goes, about an inning later, a line drive foul ball goes right past my ear.
Yikes.
And he said, Donut took his headset off and looked down, and he goes, Bert, I told you. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
It's a good story.
And so Bert was like, from that point on, I decided, well, if anyone's announcing a game, I'm going to listen to the announcer if they give me some tips. And so, yeah, we wish Donut the best of luck in his recovery. I know he's going through some medical stuff.
Yep.
Again, those guys were all part of it in such a way that it's like they saw what was being built in Rio Sports Live.
A full count on the batter.
And you know them all well, Kevin.
Yeah, no, I don't know you if it wasn't for Donut.
So.
We never meet if it wasn't for Donut.
Yep.
So, it's a tough deal, and Donut and I go years back with our families. So.
3-2 the count and the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to short left. Left field, the range is over. Plenty of room there. Makes the catch. It's one of the harder balls hit for a while by the West. It's just a routine fly out.
Yeah, well, Shelby too, she's full of energy. She's from Edinburgh High, and she's one of the better center fielders. She got a good swing on that one, just missed it.
I like Bert. He was talking about, he's like, the first game I did with you, he goes, well, actually, the first time I went and shadowed Billy, he goes, we had to go, and you'll get this. Here's a pitch, swinging a pop-up foul ball out of play. He said, we had to go Freddie vision. And I was like, oh, there's another one of those personalities that was rotating through the ranks of Real Sports Live in the early days.
Yeah, you had some characters, to put it politely.
I was like, well.
Half of them I recommended, so.
Yeah.
I got a couple of bad reviews on those early days.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swinging another foul ball. That's out of play. But now, full circle with Kevin's major league assistance. I'm able to, this is the first game I've announced in a while, my friends.
Yep.
Doing the things that most would say, oh, wow, can't picture you doing that, but somebody has to.
Yeah, well.
And it's a testament to all you guys.
I'm gonna put in a request. All-Star games, those big Friday night games. I might just tell you we're going to Rudy's Barbecue and then trick you into.
What you did is you pulled the right trigger today. You got who I call my CEO in front of me and said, Joe needs to be at this game. And Dahlia was like, go.
Yeah, well, I mean,
So
it was a good reason, too.
Yeah.
It's a good reason, too, so.
There's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, another strikeout.
She's locked in. Good luck with this West. I mean, go ahead.
Fly ball out and a couple of strikeouts, and man, we head to the 7th, which normally would be the final inning. It's not. We're playing 8. We'll be back with that 7th after this on Real Sports Live.
De ropa lo que se me antoja, dinero en el banco. Muchos me andan criticando pues traigo carrazos que como le hago. Tengo aseguro del bueno, pronto y flexible y sale barato. Es mi corrido humilde, que no se te olvide que me ando ahorrando.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
We're at Caltesa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Forever Memories, one of our sponsors on Real Sports Live. Our thanks to all the sponsors that are assisting us. Pronto Insurance, T-Mobile helping us. South Padre Island, one of our longest running sponsors on Real Sports Live. TSC, one of our newest sponsors.
For the
Forever Memories has been there from day one and will continue to be there.
Ortiz.
And all the other sponsors that you see running during our games, 100% free, no charge to fans to watch the games. No charge to schools to broadcast the games. How do we do it? Those sponsors. So our appreciation there. New pitcher in the ball game, Kevin. The West has changed things up a bit.
Josmari Ortiz from Roma High School. So he's going to get a crack at it here. So that's the 4th different pitcher old Paul Cruz will turn to. Karime Martinez, Miss Smooth.
That's one of the
Top of the 7th, folks. Here we go.
primary reasons why they extended this into 8 innings.
Number 20, Karime
Knowing
Martinez.
that these coaches had multiple pitchers, trying to give ample time for people to get out there and First pitch comes in for a ball because of the fact that, well, you can see it a little bit on that shot, but the stands are full behind us. San Benito brought a huge bunch, which is expected anywhere they go to play softball. I think you could put one San Benito Greyhound out there, and they'd still bring a bigger crowd than any other school.
Yeah, so they played on a Friday up in Austin, and that Friday morning, Cal Allen had a 2-hour practice at 10 a.m. in Georgetown. And mind you, that wasn't even 24 hours after they won in the semis. So
strike call.
I needed to pick up. I left my camera at the park, so I needed to go and pick that up and then head out to Georgetown. So I got to the park at about a little after 10 a.m. San Benito played at 4. There were already fans lined up outside tailgating. 10 a.m. for a 4 o'clock game. I was like, you do know the game's at 4, right? You can get here at noon.
They had a bunch of company by the time that game started.
1,407 was the total attendance. It was awesome. It was awesome in their state semi game against Pearland.
3-1's fouled away.
It wasn't a record attendance, but talking with the UIL peeps, they said that was one of the larger crowds. And the media up there from Houston, from the DFW, they were like, wow. Like San Benito travels. And I said, yeah. I said, softball and football. Those are their 2 big sports, and they love to travel. It was great. It was great for the Valley.
It bounces in. That's ball 4. Leadoff walk to start the 7th inning for the East.
Draws a walk. It's going to bring to the plate number 7, Alexis Tames.
That'll bring in Alexis Tames. Runner down at first. The pitch is a strike call.
Alexis Tames from Brownsville Veterans. She played in the Pony World Series last year, the one we covered. I think she played for Glory, I want to say.
Strike call.
Glory or Riptide, one of the two, but she played in the Pony World Series in McAllen, and she's also playing for RGV Heat. That guy Kevin Knipe, I don't see him anywhere here. I'm sure he's here somewhere. If not, he's listening in. And if he is listening, I need to shut up. If he is listening, shout out to him, man. He's the man. He's my left hand, and Debbie Esparza is my right when it comes to all this showcase business.
You're in real good hands there. 2 of the founders of this. There's a base hit to left field. Rounding second to play at third, and safe there.
Runner is safe at third.
Runners at the corners. That's a bang-bang play at third.
For the East All-Stars. Coming up to bat, number 1, Alexis Ramirez.
Yeah, she was safe.
Timeout's call. Let's see if we got that on the replay. Did we catch it? Let's watch that play. Our replays brought to you by South Padre Island. SoPadre.com.
First and third. Nemo's in the on-deck circle. So it's got it right here. The East leads the all-time series 9-7. So yeah, San Benito, man, they showed up and they showed out. You know, to be there for a third time is pretty incredible.
And then you look at it, allowing runs in just 1 inning.
Yeah. They had a no-hitter into the 6th inning, and they were still losing. That's the part that just gets me. I had a good conversation with Amber Hassel yesterday. She was out at the practice. She was just talking about her Greyhounds, and when she got there, And to watch this team get there.
Blunt waving at it, but pulling it back. It's outside for ball 1. Runners at first and third. The East scored 5 runs in the second, another in the 6th. Have 2 on the corners, nobody out here in the 7th. That's high for ball 2. Runner goes. They'll give that base to second. That's now opportunity knocking here for the East. That misses for ball 3.
First base is open.
Ball or strike called. Here's the next one. Foul ball.
Alexis Ramirez, switch hitter. No, you rarely see that these days. Even in baseball, these true switch hitters.
3-2 is the count. The pitch. Pop up, foul ball. We'll do it again.
It's after 9 o'clock. We're going to get out of here at 10 when it's all said and done.
8-inning game. That'll do it. Next one coming. Swing and a miss. Dropped. Tag applied, out recorded. They'll throw to first anyway. Didn't need to.
I think she tagged her, right?
She did.
Okay.
First out of the inning.
Got it out right there. 1 out for the West. It's going to bring to bat number 24, Emily Delgado.
Runners stay at second and third. Still just 1 out in the inning. There's a pitch. That's ball outside.
AKA Nemo.
Strike call.
It's funny watching her pitch on Monday at the Rebels practice, and in practice she was making the hitters look silly. It's just, oh gosh, it's got some good stuff.
Ball high.
She played shortstop this year for San Benito. And of course, we knew what she could do in the circle, and then played early in her career third base. And this year moved over to shortstop. Bethany Aguilar played second.
That's a foul ball.
Yeah, Nemo ripped one ball up at State, where if that ball goes an inch to the left, an inch to the right, an inch lower, it gets down, and might be talking about a different outcome. She put that ball right on the button. You know, but you know another thing, too, that she's a great kid. She handled the post-game interviews like a champ. I mean, there was me and like 6 other media outlets. Oh, heads up,
the
heads
ball
up.
outside. Everybody stays put.
She would have been proud of. Corralled the media mafia. And then I orchestrated all the heavy questions myself. The first 3-4 with Elias, and then kind of opened the gate for everyone else. But everyone was looking at me like, "You ready?" I'm like, "Ready when you are." All right, let's go. But Emily, she man, you know, just her character and how she handled that post game after a loss.
High fly ball down the line and just out of reach.
You know, because at the end of the day, they're still kids, and you know, after all, you know, at that stage, you know, we talked with Bethany, and she was very emotional, and I said, a lot of respect for those athletes that can do that, because it's easy to do it when you win.
Yep. 3-2 pitch.
There you
Swinging
go.
a ground ball, base hit into left field. 1 run scores. They'll hold the other runner at third. It's a 7-2 lead for the East.
RBI single for Delgado. Brings in another run for the East All-Stars. Now batting, number 15, Lily Rocha.
All right, Lily, you're 0 for. There's no way you're going to go 0 for in this All-Star game.
She stands in. First and third, first pitch, took strike.
She certainly earned the nickname the Queen of Crash.
0-1.
Ooh, that was it.
Strike 2.
That was it, girl. Her shout out to her dad, Rene. He's around here somewhere.
He'll be her pitcher in her home run derby. Here's the 0-2. Foul ball.
It's actually going to be Kevin Knight, her coach.
Knight's going to coach.
Yeah,
All right,
Kevin gave her soft toss last year. And they're like, we're going to run it back again. And I think Rene is okay with that. He's a good dude.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second base. That's into center field. Run will score. It's 8-2. Runner down to third. 2 outs.
Coming out on the play and a run scored by the East All-Stars. Now batting, number 14, Dakota Martinez.
Dakota had a base hit back up the middle in her last at-bat, but like Lily, she's going to look for more.
She stands in here. Took a ball high. 1-0. Top of the 7th. We're going 8. Those just tuning in. Here's the 1-0. Strike call. 1 ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. Just inside ball 2. Want to wish all of our 7-on-7 teams the best of luck in the trip to state next week. The only thing preventing us from having any coverage up there is our showcase.
Right, so tomorrow is the last day of the Victor Park League. And then it's just gearing up for state.
Ground ball foul. Look out, Christie.
Heads up. Yeah, everyone else has punched their tickets. Those that haven't, this past weekend at Media Day, most of the guys were like, we're just going to coast into the off season. Strength and conditioning, man. Those coaches have been at it for 2 weeks now. Talk about us not having time off these coaches.
Yeah.
They're strength and conditioning. Coach Gilpin was on the football field today. Workouts.
There's a strikeout.
Good pitch.
That ends the inning. A couple more runs across for the East.
3 and out number 3.
West going to have to go to work. They trail 6-2. The All-Star game from Mission continues after this on Real Sports Live.
This ball game, the RGV East versus West All-Star game shirts can be found in the concession stand. There's a limited supply. You can get, at this time, 2 shirts for $15, or you can get 1 shirt for $10. Come on down.
We live here. We work here. We love it here. Look for your motors in Brownsville, Texas. We're here for you.
Hi.
Yeah, we're talking some softball here in Mission. Joe and Kevin behind home plate. East versus West. East, Kevin, up 8-2.
8-2, what we expected. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're up by 6. $100 a box for those things. So when I got the dozen yesterday from Kevin Ledesma, he got it with a hug. I said, I'm gonna take care of you. Because he goes, that's an expensive box right there. I go, I know they are. So special thank you to all our coaches that are hooking us up.
Thanks again to Frank Cantu, also at Raymondville, for opening the doors. I know that people asked us last year, why Raymondville? Turns out it was a great pick as far as bringing the Coastal Bend down, the RGV from across the west side. Players down in Brownsville coming up and playing. And it was pretty easy to say yes again this year.
Yeah.
When we made the decision.
Coming up to bat for the West All-Stars.
8-2, East on top. West going to have to get some base runners. They got 2 innings to do it. There's ball 1.
Alexis Damez. So if there was a pitch clock in softball, which there will never be, I hope not, Alexis Damez will need to really fix her mechanics. Check this out.
Oh, should have stayed there with her.
You see? It takes a minute.
Outside. I'm going to leave the camera on her for her entire run through here.
Can we get a count, please?
2-0 is the count. Now watch this. I'm not switching cameras yet.
That whole
Ground
time.
Ball foul.
Now, Joe, as a baseball player, you can appreciate, I could imitate Lance Berkman's every single move before he stepped into the box, him and Hunter Pence. Now watch her do it again.
Ball high, muscle memory.
Yeah, it's awesome. And see, I had that conversation with you maybe about a month ago, and what I learned from Bob Costas was sometimes you just need to learn to be quiet as an announcer and just let everything kind of play.
Yep.
Just sit back and watch her go through her motion.
Here comes the 3-1. Ball 4, that's a walk. And a base runner for the West.
Ortiz draws a walk for the West All-Stars. It's going to bring to the plate number 2, Alex Garza. We got time.
Time is called for a runner.
That courtesy runner going out there for the West All-Stars, number 25, Caitlin Ragsdale.
Alexis is from Brownsville Veterans. Our good friends down there, Rainer Cardenas, J.C. Ramirez.
Here's the first one. Swing and a line drive down the line. That is a fair ball, and it's a base hit. Runner to second base. 2 aboard for the West to start it off here in the 7th.
Well played by the left fielder to keep those runners at first and second. Coming up for the West All-Stars, number 22, Haley Garza.
2 on, nobody outs for the West, and Haley Garza stands in. Strike call.
You know what's cool is Haley's on the Rebels and Lily's on the Rebels, East and West. Karima's on the Lightning, she's at third. Alexis Damez is on the Racers, she's pitching. Dakota at first as a Rebel. That's awesome.
High foul ball, that's playable. Maybe a fair ball, it is. Caught. They'll tag, throw to third, safe there. Nobody covers second, so taking the base there of the West. Put 2 in scoring position.
Heads up, base running.
To the next base.
And Elisa Rubio out there
Now
in the right.
batting for the West All-Stars, number 6, Janelli Rodriguez.
She's also on the Lightning. It's what you would call a productive out.
That was going to stay foul. It actually was a fair ball when it was caught. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 1.
Yeah, Elisa Rubio's a heck of an outfielder, man. I think she's one of the better slappers we have.
1-0 the count. 2 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss.
Janelli Rodriguez from La Jolla. La Jolla losing 5 seniors this year.
That's a ball that hit her. That's going to load the bases for the West All-Stars.
Rodriguez is hit by a pitch. She takes her base. Bases are loaded for the West All-Stars.
Bello Ramirez.
Number 9, Anabella Ramirez.
A.K.A. Bella.
Bella Rodriguez.
Ramirez.
Ramirez stands in. Opportunity. The base is loaded. Ball one away.
So Bella, last year she was going to play in our showcase. She plays for RGV Heat. She was playing basketball in her front yard and wound up hurting her, I think it was her ankle or foot.
Oh.
She was so disappointed. Her parents were disappointed. Mingle, he's out here somewhere.
Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Oh,
good take.
Inside.
Good take, girl. So I said, hey, let's not let her play any basketball until softball's over. Let's get her through this All-Star game, and let's get her through the showcase.
2 aboard for the West. Runners at second and third. And the 2-0. Low. Ball 3. Actually, the bases are loaded.
Yeah, nowhere to put them.
Forgot about that. Bases loaded. Now here, you're down 8-2. Because they'll all meet in the circle and talk this over.
There's some nerves. It's a big crowd. Alexa's just now coming in, a fresh arm, and it's not easy to do. For a starting pitcher to come into relief.
We haven't talked about it in a while, but the wind is blowing straight, more out to
Yeah.
left field now. It was straight center where we started.
Right.
But the mindset is, as a pitcher, challenge the hitter here. You got a 6-run lead to work with. But there's a 4-1 swing available, or a 4-run swing available.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the 3-0. Ball 4, a walk. Run scores. It's 8-3.
Ramirez draws a walk, forcing a runner for the West to cross the plate, played another run.
And now as you start talking rally talk, Kevin, your tying run, potential tying run, is on deck.
And it's Reagan Staley. Not an easy out.
Bases loaded, the pitch. All inside.
Currently at the plate for the West All-Stars, number 1, Kalani Sky Ramos.
So now this is really interesting because, yes, yay, go team, let's have fun. But at the same time, you want to win. So now let's see if the pieces are starting to be moved here.
8-3 the score. Swing and a miss. Evens the count. Throw to third. Safe there.
In other words, let's see if they go back to Nemo or Zell at some point. Because we still got an inning to go. Folks, remember that. We're playing 8.
Here comes the 1-1.
Good take.
Little
Good
bit
take.
high.
Good take.
All 2.
That was
2-1. Again, if she reaches, the tying run is on deck. And what was once an 8-2 game, it's now 8-3. Bases loaded, 1 out. This is the pitch of decision right here. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Way to bounce back, Lexus. That was a good pitch. If the West can at least get 2 here, 3 would be great, 4 would be in a perfect world, but if they can get 2, give themselves an opportunity.
2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3.
Oh, this is huge.
That pitch was by design, hoping for a chase out there. And now with the bases loaded and 1 out, in an 8-3 game and an all-star game, we are ready. The pitch. Strike 3 call. Connor looking.
Yeah, that was right there. That was a
Coming
good
up to bat
pitch.
for the West All-Stars, number 55, Reagan Staley.
Staley steps up to the plate. The pitch. Ball one.
See, this. You still got an out to work with, and then you got Alyssa Guzman in the on-deck circle. So it's really, really interesting here. And, you know, like I said, the West can get 2-3.
Here's the 1-0. High for ball two.
And there's 2 outs, and the runners are going to be running off contact, but they all have speed.
Here comes the 2-0. Ball 3.
I was outside. Taking all the way. Taking all the way. Unless that ball's center cut. I'm taking. If it's me, I'm taking.
3-0 the count. Ball 4, a walk, a run scores, and we will see the tying run come to the plate this inning for the West. It's 8-4.
Coming up to bat for the West All-Stars, number 99, Alyssa Guzman.
As Alyssa Guzman steps in, representing the tying run here in the bottom of the 7th. They go after the first pitch here. Took it low. That's 5 in a row out of the strike zone.
Yeah, she's a disciplined hitter, but right now she knows that she can hit it out. So right now it's just don't try and do too much. Breathe.
And find a pitch that's yours. Here comes the 1-0. Inside, ball 2.
She's going to swing out of her cleats first opportunity, anything.
You can see the
middle
wind out there, the flag, that's dead out to left center field. And we're ready. The 2-0 pitch. Way outside, run through to third, so just safe there.
Whew. That was a pitch out.
All right, so does this hold your breath, Kevin?
You're taking.
On this pitch.
You're taking. You're taking all the way. She's thrown.
She can deliver one out of this park.
You also have Mickey behind you. That's another thing you got to factor in.
3-0 the count. Bases loaded. Inside, ball 4. Another run across for the West. It's 8-5.
Another walk for the.
And now the lead run.
They'll take a timeout here.
Will be at the plate after this conference
Again,
in the circle, Kevin.
If they still have
I think they're gonna.
T-shirts, 2 for 15.
They're gonna put Zell back in.
Commemorative shirt commemorating tonight's game between the East.
We'll have a pitching change. East clinging now to a 3-run lead. And the bases will be loaded after this on Real Sports Live.
Come on down to the concession stand.
New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
Date night on South Padre Island? No problem. You could hit the town and dance the night away. Or maybe you'd prefer some fun and games, like being a kid again. Party like a grown-up? Or a throwback to the good old days? Tough call. Luckily, either decision will be the right one. Choosing what to do on South Padre Island? That's as hard as it gets. Visit SoPadre.com.
just listen to me.
Escucha.
We do everything with speed.
Prontísimo.
Out of home business or
Flexible.
insurance for all your needs.
Barato.
You say you just got a new boat. Come on by and we'll give you a free quote.
Prontísimo.
Okay, who's singing? Me or you? Hello?
Accesible.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
Back here, first pitch, strike called, new pitcher in the game for the East. Oh yeah, we've got the West leading in this game, Kevin. East is leading 8-5.
Yeah, East is up.
Don't be confused by the colors. There's a ball outside 1-1.
Yeah, the
On the field, let me go color description here. On the field, the West is in blue. On our scoreboard, the West is in red. Score's right. 8-5, East leading.
They never stay basketball.
Swing and a miss, strike two.
Basketball, football, they always swap it.
And we've got the home and away flip-flopped on the scoreboard. Normally that home would be on the top. We are in the top. Or check that
bottom.
The bottom. There's a swing and a shot down the line, right field, and caught. That would have scored a couple, but another good play in right field ends the inning.
Quite a bit of ground to get to that ball right
Lisa
there.
Rubio showing off the range.
The West scores 3 and are within 3 as we head to the extra 8th inning. Back with more after this.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
My son Leo just graduated from high school, but also with his associate degree from Texas Southmost College at no cost at all. Not having that financial burden was so helpful to our family. That's 2 years we did not have to pay for.
All of my TSC credits transferred to UTRGV, and I am so grateful to go into my major debt-free.
We are back here. They just had to make the announcement to the crowd. Crowd was exiting the stands, Kevin, and got reeled back in. We've been saying it on our broadcast, but now the crowd knows we are playing this one extra inning. Welcome to the 8th.
Just for what it's worth, I try to bribe them to play 9. I was like, we may as well. We're playing 8. May as well play 9. It's already 9:30, past 9:30.
8-5 is your score. As the West All-Stars have clawed their way back into this thing, they scored the game's first 2 runs and then were blanked in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th inning. Meanwhile, the East scored 5 runs in the 2nd, another in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and led it that time 8-2.
Yeah, they're just, and rightfully so. They're trying to get every kid an opportunity to play. So nothing wrong with that.
Once again, those of you watching on our Facebook, like, follow, share. I used to say that in my sleep.
East All-Stars, number 25, Celinda
We
Camacho.
appreciate all the big numbers that we have derived on Rio Sports Live. There's a swing and a miss, and away we go in the 8th. But like, follow, and share if you haven't done so already. Like and follow, especially. Help us get those numbers up. We got a magic number we're trying to reach. And I know we can get there. Here's the next one. Ball away.
So a lot of these athletes, they were, last week and going into this week, all the the anticipation was like, man, we got the All-Stars to look forward to, and then they have the showcase to look forward to, and everyone's gonna be there. Everyone's gonna be there. So that's kind of what everyone's been saying. Everyone's gonna be there
At the showcase?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here and at the showcase. Coach Paul Cruz out to check on his catcher.
She's like, go back.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm looking at your glove.
Yeah, this is one of the good ones. You know, she's overcome a lot. She's overcome a lot in her career, and future Texas College product.
And we're now ready to go. Swing and a miss. Strike out to start the inning.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. And out number 1 here is.
Now for the West, Kevin, you want to ride momentum here. You scored 3 runs.
It's going to bring to the plate number 5.
You want a quick inning
Escamilla.
and get right back out there hitting.
Yes, you need a 1-2-3 inning though. You need a 1-2-3 inning here. Lexi Escamilla.
First pitch to her.
She's the younger sister of Audrey and Alyssa, a part of that 2016 state run from Westlaco.
Westlaco poised to make another run.
I think so. In the next few years, they're going to go on a serious run. But the only player I've seen hit for a true cycle in softball was Alyssa Escamilla.
It's going to stay in the park and be corralled for out number 2.
And when I say true cycle, it's not one of those she gets a double on an error, a single double on an error, a phony inside the park home run where the ball's, no. Clean single, double, triple, home run. Haven't seen it since. I've seen a lot of softball games. But I got a younger Escamilla on the way too. The younger sister in the pipeline.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, her dad, Alex Escamilla.
Ball 1 misses. So their travel days aren't finished quite yet.
No, they got a Kerrville tournament this upcoming weekend. You know, and a lot of respect to these players where, you know, Joe, they're saying, you know, we gotta practice on Thursday with our showcase team with the Real Sports, and then we're gonna travel Friday. So, you know, a lot of respect.
There's a line drive, and it's caught. And a quick 1-2-3. We'll just keep it here. Go ahead and finish up.
Yeah, a lot of these parents are like, you know, they support what we do, and you know, they're making their travel arrangements around our showcase, and I did my best to make sure that our practices did not overlap with the All-Star games. But yesterday there was a practice down at Harlingen. Me, Clarissa Rizzo, and Adamari Perales were all at the racer practice. I said, y'all are going to the East practice, right? I said, yes, we're gonna be a little late, but we're splitting our time. I said, good. So please go. That game's tomorrow. We still got some time, and we ended up in Mercedes yesterday for the practice. So yesterday, in fact, was World Softball Day. So fast-growing sport. You know, down here in the valley, it's continuing to grow, and I was talking to Roxy before the game that, you know, a lot of colleges have now come down here and started to recruit, and rightfully so. And, you know, Coach Lentz couldn't have said it best, that going into their state tournament that the Valley, the Coastal Bend, South Texas doesn't get any respect. She's like, it's about time we go out there and we earn it. And she's like, I don't want this just for Cal Allen, but I want it for South Texas as a whole, to show them that we can play ball. And I know San Antonio is 4 hours down the road, but they helped set that precedent. Region 4, winning a state championship in 6A. Cal Allen did it this year. SGA was in the championship game. San Benito was in a state semi. So we're right there on the door, man, when I speak for the Valley.
Coming to bat for the West All-Stars. Number 23.
Weslaco, we talked about them. They made a run, and now they got a group that saw all of that play out.
Right.
And then watch San Benito play their semifinal game. And there's talent coming there. Cal Allen is loaded for bear for the next couple of years. And Coach Lentz could set like a bar extremely high for players and teams to chase out of South Texas for a while. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
I wasn't shy. I said we with the way it looked, we witnessed the birth of a dynasty. They've been there twice to the state championship. They won the third time. You know, and Lopi said we got 4 more fingers on our hand.
Swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 1 out to start the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, all that is right there is Zell saying, "Here's my stuff, come get it." That's all that is.
She came in with the bases loaded. The tying run at first base. Recorded the out. Now we got a
pitching change for the East All-Stars.
pitching change for the East.
Number 24, Emily Delgado.
That's tip of the hat right there to Coach Leal, letting the senior get the last 2 outs and then putting Lily back in at third. So that's what it's about right there. Zell finishes it with a strikeout, gets an applaud from the fans, and then now Nemo's in to presumably shut the door down here with the last 2 outs. But
we'll be naming our Real Sports Player of the game at the conclusion of this. We'll hand out our medal, and we'll also be waiting for the announcement of the coaches of the 2 MVPs of this, which we will be handing out our Pronto Insurance Real Sports Live scholarship checks, which in this case will be $125 in each direction to the players, which will be named by the coaches.
East and West.
East and West, and that'll be used by these players who are going on to college to either extend their academics and or athletics. Ball 1.
absolutely, it's a good deal. It's a great deal.
1 ball, no strikes. Strike call. 1-1.
Gotti Lopez at the plate. Gotti's another one of the good ones. One of the better shortstops these last 4 years. She made a play one year against Rowe deep in the 6-hole. So 6-hole shortstop. Backhanded from her knees. Threw her out at first. From her knees. Deep in the 6-hole.
At the plate now, West needing some base runners. 2-1's the count, the pitch. Ball 3.
Corpus Christi Islander.
Three 3-1 pitch. Foul ball. 3-2. Well, the Islanders haven't been shy about looking in the South Texas area for players.
No, they have Jules Garcia from Weslaco. They have Adi Sainz from PSJ North, Monet Montilla from Edinburgh Vela, and via the transfer portal, AJ Hassel. It's awesome.
The 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Caught her looking.
Ball strike for out number 2.
A little high and in for my taste.
For the West All-Stars,
Little high and in for my taste.
Rodriguez.
It's all good. Gotti will be fine.
2 down. Now the East looking to close it out. All the way.
Right at the 3-hour mark. Well, that's what happens when you have a 5-run second inning.
I remember when softball used to be an hour and 15 minutes and done.
Yeah, when it was 40 feet between the mound and home plate.
Foul ball. Out of
Game's
play.
changed.
I know it's changed.
I mean, I think that's what's so appealing to so many people. It's a fast-paced game, and these athletes are so much bigger. They're so much stronger. You got girls like Jordan Thibodeau, who's touching 64, 65 as a freshman. All right, my buddy Brett Esparza said it best. He's a plug-in-and-play freshman. He said that years ago. Because traditionally, you get these players that are going to, you know, I'm a sophomore, therefore I'm going to wait behind the junior, the senior. Junior going to sit behind the senior, and that hasn't been the case.
No, they press for playing time right away. Spots aren't guaranteed anymore just because you produced the year before. There's talent coming.
Yeah, or by classification, you know. But
yeah, it's not just a given the seniors are going to play.
Right.
One strike away are the East from capturing this one. It's a 1-2 count, and the pitch. Just outside. That got the groan because the catcher lined up there, and the ball hit exactly where the catcher set up. All of that off the plate. Nonetheless, beautiful pitch there. Even the count of 2-2. He's trying to close it down. Low, ball 3. Swing and a pop-up, foul ball, and a diving attempt over there, but just out of reach of the third baseman.
Yeah, Lily went diving for that one. One fun last story from Lily Rocha. She did not. Take a guess how many career home runs she had in San Benito.
Because you're saying it must have been minimal.
0.
None. Oh, my gosh.
Nemo looked at her and said, 0, Lily? Really? She's like, shut up. That was a good one the other day.
Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, and the East is the champions.
Swing and a miss.
8-5. The East wins the 2023 RGV Coaches All-Star Game.
We will have for you the All-Stars. The MVPs.
5 runs in the second, another in the 7th, and they win this one by the score of 8-5. We'll come back and we'll have our player of the game named by Real Sports Live, and then we'll let the coaches announce their MVPs. We'll be right back with more after this.
We live here. We work here. We love it here. Look for your motors in Brownsville, Texas. We're here for you.
Sail the seas or see the sails. On South Padre Island, that's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
We're back here. Welcome to our post-game show brought to you by Luke Freya Motors, by Pronto Insurance, by South Texas College, by South Padre Island, and the city of San Benito. I'm Joe Bowling with Kevin Narrow. And 8-5, the final score. They're going to name the MVPs, and we'll name our player of the game. We'll put all of that on our social media. Kevin, this wraps up the RGV coverage from the coach's perspective of the softball season. They're wanting to look at your book. We scribbled a bunch of stuff, but it's not a book. So that's going to do it for our broadcast. Again, tune in to our social media. We'll have interviews and our presentation of our checks. Kevin, another season in the books for the RGV.
For now.
So we'll showcase next week.
For now. No, it's a good deal. Both these teams were really, really loaded with talent. Obviously, the arms favored, at least in the depth department, for the East All-Stars. Yeah, it was really hard to keep a book in this game, considering all the substitutions and trying to keep a thorough book. But, I mean, both Zell and Emily Delgado both pitched to lights out on both sides, really. And
all right, let's go join Rudy.
Yeah.
All right, game. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. For Kevin Nora, I'm Joe Bowling. For Bert Ruiz, Jammer Ruiz, and Rudy Zamaripa Jr. on the cameras. Till next time on Rio Sports Live. So long.